Tekken Bowling League is a non-profit, non-professional league created for entertainment purposes only. The events or storylines that occur in these videos are fan fiction and are in no way canon to the actual Tekken franchise.
Get ready for the next battle.
Hello everyone and welcome to what looks to be an exciting matchup today as Heihachi's Team Iron Fist will take on the new look Team Stealth. They traded for Anna and Nina in the off season. We shall see if that pays off, and Kunimitsu has taken over as the captain, demoting Yoshimitsu to just a normal team member. So let's see if this move pays off for them, as Ganryu will get the first ball of the day. Last time we seen him, he posted around a 120 something, one of the lowest scores in the entire league. A lot of people thought that both him and Kuma were going to be cut from the team in the offseason. Instead, Heihachi just drafted Geese Howard and decided to keep these two. So we'll see if that pays off. That was actually a pretty good attempt at a spare pickup right there. He almost had it. Pin just didn't quite bounce the way he needed. And first up for Team Stealth is Nina Williams. I got the names backwards. Nina Williams, again going with the wedding dress appearance. I guess it's a fashion statement, I'm not sure, but she will start off with 9 pins and miss the 5. That seems to be the kryptonite for all of our bowlers, or a good majority of them. That 5 pin just doesn't like to go down. And we have the weird right-handed curve that I still don't understand how it's possible, but we see it all the time. So that's going to start both of our bowlers off with a 9 for this matchup. Ganryu again opting to go up the middle, had that weird curve at the end. A pin fell late. That'll leave him 2 pins to try and pick up.
Frame 2, second throw.
Last time his split attempt looked promising but fell short. This one will get the bounce back that he needed, and he will get a spare.
Player 2, frame 2, first throw.
Moving on now, back to Nina. She's gonna scoot over a little and just straight up miss the head pin. A couple pins fall late, but that's gonna leave 3. She also had one of the lower scores in Season 1. I believe it was in the 130s. I don't recall off the top of my head, and I don't have the notes with me to look it up. That was actually a pretty precise ball right there. Not what you need in bowling, because you don't get points for precision, but it was kind of neat to see how she picked off that middle pin between the 3. As Ganryu will trip down the lane. I feel like we see this once a game. Someone does it. Ganryu will start us off with falling down the lane. And then he will get a almost spare, so a 9-pin pickup after the trip. So he's sitting at a 28 right now, as Nina will take to the lane, let it go, this time going with a left curve, and again leaves a split. So both of these bowlers not quite getting on the strike train yet. And a nice pickup attempt, but no good. She hit where she needed to, just didn't quite bounce her way. So it's only a 2-point game right now as we enter the 4th frame, as Ganryu again will fall down the lane and get a foul. I don't know what he's doing. He does it again! That is 3 fouls in 4 throws. I don't know what's happening right now. We have never seen a player completely foul twice in a single frame that I can recall. And Nina, again, with a split. But just going back to Ganryu, like, how do you get 3 fouls in 4 frames? And Nina will miss this split as well. She actually almost hit her mark, was just off by teeny bit that may or may not have kicked where she needed it to. She had the right idea, just not the right line. Now Ganryu's going to take his sweet time walking up so he doesn't trip again, and because of that, couldn't get all of the power on it that he needed, and 3 pins will be left untouched. So he'll scoot over. He's got the power this time, and he will destroy those pins as one flies all the way back down the lane the opposite direction. So a nice spare pickup after a double foul. And now Nina will trip down the lane. I mean, she's in a wedding dress and I think heels. Definitely not optimal for bowling. Like I said, I don't know what she's going for here, but that's not the outfit you want to be wearing for this type of event. Despite that, she comes away with an 8 on this frame after the foul.
Frame 6, first throw.
And now Ganryu again. Up the middle, nice and steady, and we will see our first strike of the day. He's excited. He has something to prove. He don't want that one of the lowest scores, if not the lowest from season 1, to kind of be his identity. He's trying to fix that to be like, hey, you know what? I just had a bad game. I didn't get another opportunity to show that it was just a bad game. So, he does have something to prove out there. Same thing with Nina, but so far she's doing as bad, maybe even worse, as her season 1 debut. Although she will pick up a spare there, so maybe she's going to get something rolling now.
Frame 7, first throw.
Ganryu will see the lights dim, and he will get a double strike. This is not something we would expect to see out of him, but like I said, he's got something to prove. Maybe he's not quite as bad as what his debut suggested.
Frame 7.
Nina, on the other hand, with 2 games in, still not really a game and a half, and just not getting into a rhythm. So she's gonna run out of time here. There are still 3 frames left and anything can happen, but she's gonna have to pick it up. And she will pick up that spare. So she has back-to-back spares while Ganryu's sitting on a spare with a double strike and will fall down the lane again. That is the 4th time this game he has a foul ball. And this time, he follows it with a spare. That would have been a turkey triple strike had he not fallen down the lane on the first ball.
First throw.
As we're in the 8th frame now, Nina, looks like that one kind of just dropped off her fingers. It looked like she was trying to roll it forward and it just kind of fell off her hand at the wrong point and had that nasty slow curve. That's not good. And this one will have that weird curve going the opposite direction, and that's going to leave 4 pins. That is a really bad frame. You definitely don't want a frame of anything under than 8, really. I mean, even an 8 can cost you against a good bowler, but I mean, a 6, that's not good at all. And then Ganryu goes out there and gets a 9 on his first ball. Let's see if the 5 pin gives him trouble, or if he's going to pick it up.
Second throw.
He has a pretty commanding lead right now, especially after that spare. So I think he just took charge. We'll see maybe Nina can put together all strikes to close out and maybe reclaim the lead here late. But after a ball like that, it's not looking good. She has a little mini split down there.
Side-by-side split.
It's a side-by-side split.
Frame 9.
Not the hardest thing to pick up. You could either go right through the middle or clip the side of one. She is going a very unconventional route. That was almost incredible. I don't know if she was intending to do that or if the ball just got away from her, but most people don't try to clip the left side when the right side is in the middle of the lane. So that was interesting. Just like that ball, that was kind of interesting. That pin kind of popped up and just took another one out with it. Again, though, the 5 pin giving our players some difficulty. And he's just going to powerhouse it. He's kind of angry at that pin right now. He's saying, hey, I'm tired of you not going down. So that's another spare for Ganryu. So he's actually doing pretty good despite the 4 overcharges. He's sitting at what could be over 140. And he will get 9 pins on his final frame here. So a 145. Nina's sitting at an 88. She will be the first player to not break 100 if she doesn't do something like that. That is what she needed. She is possibly safe from our only double-digit bowler. Still kind of in the danger zone for lowest score we've seen, though. But I don't know. I think even if she strikes out, she's lost. So Team Stealth is already in a 1-game hold right now. But she will follow that up with another strike. Where has this been all game? You know, when your opponent gets 4 overcharges, you have to take advantage of that. And she just didn't until the final frame, in which now she just missed the head pin and leaves a 7. So, pretty impressive closeout for the most part, but this was a 145 to 115, and Nina just set the record for lowest score we have seen. And now for the next matchup. Because Team Stealth lost, Kunimitsu will have to come out now that she is the new captain. And Team Iron Fist is opting to go with their first round draft pick. Or their draft, I guess there was only 1 round. They're going with Geese Howard here. And he will start his career with a strike. This is why Heihachi drafted him. He wanted a big play powerhouse, and you know, when Geese is sitting there at whatever spot they were choosing, you gotta go with him. I know him and Heihachi kind of don't get along, and that could maybe hurt them later on in the season, but that's what you draft a guy like him for. Now, he has no easy task going up against Kunimitsu, who will also start with a strike. She may be the most consistent bowler in this entire league. I mean, she's been absolutely incredible in season 1, and she's looking to continue that now. You know, there's a reason they shifted her to captain. And, you know, Yoshi's inconsistency and just wild, wacky throws were just not leader type or captain type material to them. So, you know, they made Kuni the captain. They brought in Anna and Nina. So far, that move looks questionable with Nina. We'll see if Anna can improve on her season 1, but neither of them are really like highly touted. They're highly wanted players after their season 1 performance. Kuni is just laying it on thick right now. Back-to-back strikes. That's going to be a double. Geese has a strike and a spare, so he's not really doing too bad. It's just that Kuni is keeping the foot on the gas, and that is not a throw you want to see out of your draft pick.
Player 1, frame 3, second throw.
Let's see, can he pick it up? He's gonna miss 1 pin. No lucky bounce. It is the 5, terrorizing our contestants yet again. So he has gone strike, spare, 9, while Kuni has done double, not a triple. 1 pin denies her. She was slightly to the left of her spot. So no turkey for her. This should be a fairly routine pickup for somebody of her caliber, though, and of course it is. She's just going to roll it straight down. Makes a beeline, takes it out. Easy. Easy work. for a player of this magnitude. And now Geese going to try to get himself back on track before it gets too late, and the 5-pin claims another victim. It's really causing problems out there for these players, and he's going to do a nice steady ball. Ooh, almost too far to the left, but it worked. It hung on there and clipped the pin and got him a spare. So he's only got one open frame so far through 4. So this is a much more intense matchup than we saw between Nina and Ganryu, as Kunimitsu made some slight adjustments after that spare and is right back on her strike train. Pressure is on for Geese Howard. Gonna readjust. He's gonna go up the middle, not quite full power, and he's probably gonna regret that, as 3 pins just did not go down. Gotta use that power. If you're gonna go up the middle, you have to get them pins flipping. There's the power this time, and he will easily pick up that spare. And there's the pins flipping all over, like I was talking about. If you go up the middle, you have to put power on it so that there's more movement in the pins. Otherwise, you have to do like Kuni does and have a precise curveball, which on that one, it looks like the curve wasn't quite there and it left her with a split. So you get to see kind of both sides of the coin here. You're either a power bowler right up the middle, or you're a technical bowler. And speaking of technical, just a routine spare pickup for her, as if that split was just a normal single pin. She knew exactly where to put it. Easy pickup. And now Geese up the middle, and that's what I was just talking about. He had the power on it, and the pin flipped back and knocked down the ones he needed. You know, it's kind of a risky way to go about this, but at the same time, you know, if you're a precise bowler and you miss your spot, then it can leave you something weird too. So it's kind of like, do you want to go with the gamble ball, or do you want to have to hit your exact spot every single time, like Kuni just did again? She is a strike machine today. And even if she's not getting strikes, she's picking up spares. So far through 6 frames, no open frames for her. Geese has 1, and now he just gave himself another split. Let's see if he's able to pick up the split and get a spare. He's only screwed up 1 frame, and even the screw up frame, you know, it was still a 9, which is pretty good. And just absolutely well done. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that.
Player 2, frame 7, first throw.
Kuni readjusting, throws it, slight curve into the middle, another strike. I mean, she is absolutely amazing. It's a double. She's had 2 doubles in 1 game. She has had 5 strikes out of 7 possible frames, and the 2 she didn't strike, she got spares. And now Geese comes out with a strike. I mean, this matchup is just blow for blow. It's incredible. Geese is doing great in his own right. You know, for a draft pick to come out here and perform the way he's done, that's exactly what you want. But Kuni is just keeping her foot on the gas and not giving him any breathing room. And this time, left 2, but I mean, with the way she's been picking up spares, we'll see. Oh, she's gonna try to hug the lane. We know this is kind of dangerous. Oh, just clips 1 pin, but too far over, so it doesn't lean the way it needs to. And Kuni will get her first open frame all the way in the 8th. And Geese will try to capitalize on that with a strike. So now he has a double.
Give in to your fears.
And it seems we have some audio syncing issues here. I guess down on the field, it's delayed for when the audio is coming up to the booth here. I'm not sure what happened there, but Kuni now with another 9 Can she get this spare, though? She doesn't want to leave 2 9s in a row. And looks good. Of course she's going to get it. I mean, I think the one she didn't get was kind of a fluke, to be honest. Like, she's just so good. And so consistent. If there's one bowler where you're like, I don't want to face them, you know, you could argue King is consistent or Armor King, but I don't want to face Kuni. Alright, she is just so precise, I don't want to face her. If I'm a bowler on the other team, I'm going to say don't make me go against her. And this... Oh, he did the exact same thing Kuni did, but his actually worked. He hit just like a centimeter more to the left, and it leaned the way it needed to. So, you know, one open frame for Geese Howard. And he's going to roll it up the middle and leave 1 pin. So he was 1 frame, I guess 2 frames away from a flawless game. And Kuni will get another strike. That's, what, 7 today? 8? I don't know. Let's just... I'm going to go ahead and give credit to Geese. He came out here and did what you would expect from a top draft pick. I mean, he bowled a 189. That's good enough to beat pretty much 80% of this league. But Kunimitsu is in a league of her own and is sitting on a 185 before even entering the final frame, in which she just missed another spare, which is really strange. But it doesn't even matter at this point because she's probably topped 200 with this performance. She did. She had a 204, had like 7 strikes. Absolutely incredible. I mean, Geese did great, but that was unfair to have to be matched up against Kuni. And now you see why she took over that captain role. And speaking of, because Team Iron Fist lost, Heihachi Mishima has to play. Interesting that they opted to go with Anna to face him instead of Yoshimitsu, though. This could come back to haunt them, but we'll see. This is also great because this is the first game that we have had to go into a 3rd matchup since the first round of Season 1. So we have not seen 6 bowlers take the lanes in quite some time, as Heihachi will open up his Season 2 debut with a spare. He's wearing a white karate gi, trying to just be comfortable out there. And Anna also wearing some sort of weird peacock dress. I'm not sure what her and her sister are trying to do here. We'll see, though. And that first ball, oh, a lucky 5 topple there. That 1 pin just kind of rolled into it and knocked it over. She will start with a strike. Very fortunate. That looked like the 5 pin was going to be left standing. Remember last season, she didn't bowl all that great either in her debut. Excuse me. She didn't do that great in her debut. Heihachi here now with a strike. He's making a strong Season 2 debut. But yeah, Anna didn't do all that well last season. But she's trying to correct that image of her too. She's going to scoot over. Roll it. A nice curve at the end for another strike. A double. This is unexpected. It almost looks like she's bowling a little bit like Kuni. Just watch when she's up there again, watch how she throws. I don't know if it was just a fluke on the first 2 or if, you know, it's possible, you know, the captain kind of helps out. Hey, I see you're struggling. Let me help you. This is what I do. You know, if she's been watching Kuni and learning straight from Kuni, that could be a dangerous duo if she can end up bowling like that. As Heihachi will get another spare. So, spare, strike, spare against the massive underdog Anna here with a double already. There it is, that curve at the end. Just slightly off the mark, though, as she'll leave a split this time.
Player 2, frame 3, second throw.
So let's see how she goes about picking this one up. Not the hardest thing to do, but not the easiest either. And, oh! So close. It was just behind where it needed to be.
Player 1, frame
I think
4,
if she had
first throw.
centered it a bit more and maybe got a bit luckier bounce, you know, those are a little harder to pick up. And Heihachi just rolled one up the middle. Looked like it was going to go down, but the 3-pin
Player 1,
chose
frame
not
4,
to.
second throw.
I don't know if another pin bumped into it. So, should be a routine spare pickup. It was. You know, he's the one who organized this entire tournament, and of course he wanted to partake in it. So, I mean, he had to, in order for fairness, he had to get a rules committee and, you know, just officials and all that. So, he can't bend the rules in his favor. So a lot of how this goes, you know, is his idea. He does have a say in like rule changes and stuff, but anything officially changed kind of comes down to an agreement amongst the captains. You know, you don't see him as the type of guy to be fair, I guess, but I mean, for a bowling league, just for fun, I guess he figured, you know what, I'll beat my family on live television for everyone to see in a way where we're not beating the blood out of each other. And I guess his idea was a bowling tournament. And it's now in its second season, and from what I've heard, has been green-lighted for a third season. And now Anna with another strike. She is doing very well today. I kind of got off track there a little bit and forgot to mention, but her ball, when she throws it, has that Kuni curve. And now an overcharge from Heihachi. Not what you expect to see out of him. Can he correct that? It looks good. Oh, one pin. He needed that on his first frame. But here we go. Alright, so Anna again, 6th frame. Watch how she bowls here. Watch as it just goes and curves last minute. Okay, well, it wasn't there that time. But that's kind of Kuni style. It goes straight and then just kind of curves and wipes out and just goes down the lane or the line of pins at the last second, and they just kind of fall over any the other ones, and that's how she gets all the strikes. Anna's been doing kind of the same thing here. And you can see she's drastically improved from season 1. I don't know if maybe Nina was trying to do that too, and that's not her style. Maybe that's why she didn't do as well, and then towards the end she kind of reverted back to her style of play. I'm not sure, I don't want to speculate, but all I know is one thing is working for Anna, and it wasn't working for Nina. So, they must have seen something, Kuni must have known something about Anna to trust her over Yoshimitsu, the former captain, to take on Heihachi. But that is what you don't want to see right there. That is a gutter ball all the way. You might as well get an overcharge, because that's exactly what that was. Just a dead frame. Look at it. Curves at the last second. That was beautiful. That was actually more of like a Nina type of ball than a Kuni ball. But regardless, that one worked. So maybe she's learning a little bit from her sister's style. I don't think her and her sister are sharing strategies. Like, they're enemies, basically. So, you know, the idea to bring them together onto the same team was kind of shocking. I guess the idea behind it was see if the rivalry can cause them to outperform each other. And the one who's really going to struggle is the opposing team. That was, speaking of Heihachi's ball here, we're going to switch back on topic. That was a really hard split to pick up, and he had the right idea and just couldn't do it, but it looked good still. And now Anna with her first foul, tripping over in the high heels again. I don't know why they're wearing this. Here it is, curve, last second. See how it kind of just didn't quite put enough curve on it, so she hasn't quite mastered the Kuni style yet, I guess, if you want to call it that. But I know Ling Xiaoyu does something like that as well. So a lot of these players that curve the ball and just try to wipe out a whole side, you know, there's a few of them. There's Xiaoyu, there's Kuni, just to name the two that I could think of. And now it looks like Anna can be in that category of someone who bowls like that. And then you have the straight line bowlers like Heihachi, who's just going to rip it up the middle and wipe out anything in the bowling ball's path, as he will pick up a spare. So we have a 1-point lead right now by Anna going into this frame. Actually, Heihachi has a spare, so she has to pick up the spare right here, and she will keep a 1-point lead and really put the pressure on him, and she misses. Alright, here it is. Heihachi is in the driver's seat. Despite how good and how much she has improved, Iron Fist is a closing frame away from going 1-0 this season. And what was that? He didn't have the power on it, and 4 pins are still standing. This is not an easy spare pickup. And he'll miss one barring a flip. No, nothing. He gets a 9, will not get a third ball. It is up to Anna to clutch it. She still needs 16 points though. That's not guaranteed. Oh no. It's the deadly pin on the left side that we've seen so many miss. Game is on the line. She's gonna do it. No, she readjusted. She readjusted. She's going across the lane. It barely hangs on. She's got the spare. That was close. I thought she was gonna hug the gutter like everyone else tries to do, but she moved over. And this is it right here. You have to do something with this ball still. Oh, it's gonna get a strike. She did it. A huge upset. Wow. She went from being a laughingstock of Season 1 to taking down Heihachi Mishima. Team Iron Fist will drop down to the single loss bracket. I can't even think straight right now. How did that happen? Anna Williams just came out of nowhere. Thanks to Kuni's guidance, we're assuming. Kuni had a great game. It's Team Stealth continues to surprise. They were underdogs last season and won their first game. They're underdogs this season. Like, they were expected to finish dead last this season, and that's not happening now. They just won their first game against a powerhouse team. Oh, that's incredible. Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in today. I hope next matchup is just as exciting, as we're going to have Team Luxury take on the other expansion team, Team Paradise. So that one looks to be pretty exciting. Team Luxury drafted Lily Rochefort. She brings a lot of energy and excitement to the game. And then, of course, Paradise being a brand new team. You get to see all new bowlers out there. It's going to be exciting. I don't know if we can top this kind of excitement, but I hope it does. Let's see. Anything can happen. Stay tuned. I'll see you guys then. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.